In this video, I have a set of irons which I honestly thought I would never be interested in testing. That is until having a go with them and realising these could well be the best forgiving irons for high handicap golfers of 2023. And not just of 2023, it could potentially be the best forgiving irons for high handicap golfers ever. Introducing the Callaway Paradym X irons. Guys, I tested these not long ago because I saw them in a video of Andy, the average golfer, and he loves them. He thinks they're in his top 5 forgiving irons for high handicap golfers, so I just had to test them. And having done so, you're really going to want to watch this video if you like the idea of good looking forgiving irons that also feel pretty good. Guys, I've been in the studio testing these clubs for numbers. You're not going to want to miss that. We're also going to test them out here on the golf course where it counts. Look at that. Like, you would not think that is a high handicap iron looking at that beautiful face, would you? Looking at the back, that's a different story. These are jam-packed full of technology. There's loads of tungsten in there to help you get that ball airborne, and a nice wide sole as well for enhanced turf interaction. Right, before we go any further, I'd like to talk about just how much of a smash hit the Callaway Paradym range has been. Not just for high handicap golfers, but for mid handicaps, low handicaps, and even the world's best. Callaway won 3 events this week, actually, with the Paradym driver, and that's not to be sniffed at. So this Paradym X range is obviously the more forgiving range. There's loads of offset, quite a thick top line looking down at them, and a little bit more of a clicky feel, so they don't sound as nice as the standard Paradym irons, but we're 160 yards out. That's an 8 iron and that's flag high. Would you take a little bit of that for the performance? I think I maybe would. Whilst there's no getting round, yes, these are a little bit stronger lofted, yes, they are definitely going to go further than the average iron, you also can't really turn your nose up at the amount of tungsten that's in these, at the amount of technology that's in these guys. These are jam-packed, full of technology. I seem to say that about every golf club nowadays. But the fact that they still look pretty good, they still look pretty playable down at the ball. The offset for me would be too much. My misses left. Offset is obviously there if you struggle hitting it right. And the top line is just there to fill you with a bit more confidence. Looking down at it compared to standard Paradym iron, totally different. The standard Paradym iron looks so much sleeker, so much sexier, so much nicer, but then this isn't what the Paradym X is all about, is it? It's about forgiveness, it's about encouragement, and it's about raw speed, which you'll see when we go inside and look at the numbers. And they're also about making golf easier for yourself by hitting it flag high. And if you're worried about how these stop and how they perform, 160 yards out, a little bit downwind maybe. Are you taking that for a stopping angle? Because I think I am all day, and then hopefully rolling it up for a par, stress-free. That's exactly what you want from these irons. And I do always find these videos really interesting because so often in the comments people are saying, James, why not get a high handicapper to test these? We can get more of an opinion. And yes, I will do that, definitely. But these aren't just for high handicap golfers. These are for golfers who just want to make golf a little bit easier for themselves. Are you sacrificing a little bit of versatility? Yes. Are you sacrificing maybe having the sexiest golf clubs in your football? Potentially. Are either of those things of any insignificance? Significance? Who knows? You see, for example, here I'm 200 yards out, it's a middle flag, it's not really the hardest of golf shots, but I want to hit an iron. If I had more traditional lofted clubs here, if I had more traditional clubs with less technology in them, I would be hitting hybrid or driving iron all day. I think here I can get a 5 iron up there. I think I can carry this just over probably 200, especially into the wind, and I don't feel like I'm necessarily going to have to swing out of my boots here to get up there. Now, when you get into the longer irons, there is quite a lot of offset here, and if that does put you off, maybe it will put you off these irons. But I imagine for people who these are aimed at, yes, I've said they are for everyone, but I think the longer irons definitely aimed at someone who misses it right, looking at that amount of offset. Just look how much offset is on there. This angle here from the shaft to the head, that's going to be some people's absolute dream club, and it's going to be some people's absolute nightmare. But these certainly do look, I think they look really good. I really do think in the right hands it could be a match made in heaven. Can I use that offset actually? Can I aim up the right side, let the offset, just let it draw back? That stayed dead straight. That's exactly where I aimed it. Lovely strike. It's up there for distance. It's done everything I wanted it to do, and it stayed straight. I'm going to hit another one because I quite enjoyed that actually. Let's see if we can play a nice low one and a high one. Let's see if you do lose that versatility element like I said. Low first, ball back, get a bit steeper. Oh, look at that. Maybe you don't, you know. That's got a tiny bit left, but I really managed to deal off that. I really managed to keep that down. That will have been a mega low spin shot. We'll talk about spin a little bit later on in this video. Now can I play a really nice high one? Get it up there. Oh, so easy to get up. That's all over it as well. You know what? I feel like if you can get over the looks of these, if maybe you feel like there is a little bit too much offset for you, or maybe the top line is a bit thick for you, or maybe they're just not for you, and you really want that element of performance, I'm not sure that versatility is an issue. I'm going to test the pitching wedge in just a moment's time, because we've done 8 iron, we've done 5 iron, we'll do pitching wedge, kind of do the whole array. Guys, let's jump in the studio, let's see just how these irons do perform for numbers, for spin, for distance, for launch angle, and for everything that you need to know. Then let's go back and see just how good the set is as a whole by testing the scoring club, the wedge. So, having took these brand new 2023 Paradym X irons into the studio to test them, guys, I must say I was pleasantly surprised with how they felt. They're definitely not the softest irons in the world, they're definitely not the best feeling irons in the world, but I don't think that's what Callaway are professing with these. I don't think that's the kind of market they are aiming at. They're aiming at pure performance. They're aiming at ball speed, they're aiming at distance. Now, I know these are going to be low spinning irons. Yes, they are strong lofted irons, but I quite enjoyed out on the golf course the amount of control that I saw with them. Guys, check out the dispersions on these 8 irons. It is absolutely frightening how close all these were together. That's me not even trying to battle the offset, really. They just went nice and straight. There's loads of tungsten around these heads just to help you make sure you do get, in fact, if you don't get centered contact, to make sure that ball does come off nice and straight. We're now onto the 6 iron, and again, I just felt like I hit them really, really well. This one was an anomaly. I pulled it a little bit and it nearly carried 200 yards. That's the shot that would potentially worry me with these clubs. That's the shot where I think a lot of people would maybe be better in the standard Paradyms. Look at the numbers, very, very low spin, as you can see. Quite decent carry distances. The one thing I'd say about the pitching wedge is I had one bad one, and that really brought the averages down. But the fact that I can have a bad one with a pitching wedge and have a drop off of around 10 yards, again, it shows that these aren't magic wands. They aren't exactly cheat clubs, but they are very, very forgiving. The rest of the numbers speak for themselves. Nice distances, probably a club up of what I would normally see with my clubs, but very low spin. So really quite thought-provoking numbers there, and I think especially when you look at the drop-off when I misstruck the pitching wedge, the rest of the kind of session went really well, but it is important to not try and hit bad shots, because you can never hit a bad shot on purpose, not meaningfully. But if you do start to see the amount of drop-off, like the standard deviation with this wedge was 8 yards, that's quite a lot for a wedge. You think that's 8 front to back, that is a big difference in distance. Now, what if you've got quite a tight flag here? We can't afford to be short. I can't afford to hit that really toey one, because you are still going to lose distance. These are forgiving, but they're not miracle workers. Be good. Be good. Straight away looking at the short irons as well. Oh, that's perfect distance. You don't have the amount of offset that you have on the longer irons, so these are more kind of appealing to me. Looking at this wedge, quite like the blade length as well, a little bit shorter than maybe some forgiving clubs that you will see from other brands. So they've still tried to maintain that look of almost the apex looking down it, isn't it? Obviously it looks nothing like an apex from there, but first of all, maybe a ball in a bad lie here. It's not quite a divot, but it's really sat down. These are the shots where, again, these clubs may help you. Can we get flag high here? I'll be amazed if that gets there. Go on, it's online, go. Oh my God, it has as well. That's like 3 feet away. I really didn't anticipate that, you know, and that's something which I think these irons probably do bring out of me. They bring out a lack of anticipation, but a need to try them. That felt gorgeous as well. That is 3 shots on the green. Yes, it's only a pitching wedge, but I can't believe where that's finished, that other one. But really consistent front to back dispersion. Really, really happy with that. Guys, if you're in the market for a set of forgiving irons, make sure you do check out the Callaway Paradym X. My shadow's in the way because I am now way too fat. But guys, if you enjoyed that, smash that subscribe button below. Check out the channel for other videos if you enjoy golf related content. And apart from that, I'll see you all at the same time tomorrow. There's a giveaway on the channel for that, by the way. Bye.